Yeah, this is totally just for me. I think these thought boxes. I was just listening back to them, and it was like, wow, it's like having someone counsel me for a change. A lot of things that I was saying directed at myself. And yeah, it's it's a good thing. I'm really glad that I started this. Now I don't know how it's gonna sound because the plane was and kind of is still flying over, so I might not any of that. But yeah, I said it, so whatever. Yeah, I'm actually thinking of perhaps sending these to select people because it's like I don't get to really hang around and talk with the people I want to, so perhaps this is my way of doing that, you know. And I think I will tonight. Go on Gmail or Skype or something and link them in there and see what they think about it. But this one's I think just for me. I I don't know. I don't even know what to talk about. I just felt like talking a bit more. So I'll see what I start to talk about. I'll see what I start saying. But like I do this all the time. Like pace back and forth. So that's what pacing is. It's redundant, but pacing and talking. The difference now is that I'm recording it. Listening to it back. That's the big thing. So it's there for posterity. Yeah, this is why I don't record at this time of day. You have cars going by, people playing music, kids, airplanes. It's a mess of noise, but it's life. We're not in a vacuum. We're part of it. So, but yeah, I wonder how my old roommates are doing. The ones from college and the one from Cali even. I wonder. I don't keep up with them. That's kind of on me. But I don't know if I want to really know how they're doing. I think it might be one of those things of I'm kind of curious and it's a cool thing to think about, but I don't really want the answer to it, you know? And that's a pretty, I don't know, bad thing on my part, I think, you know? But I, I don't know, I keep on harping on this, but I have this feeling of wasted time, you know? Because, like, okay, in relationships, right? And I talk about relationships a lot, but because that's the basis of it all. That's the basis of life is relationships. But like my thing is, right, the male or female thing. It's like see where it goes. Yeah, the one before was crappy. Okay, cool. But that don't mean everything could be like that. Give things a chance, you know. Maybe it's my selfishness because I'm the one who wants to be given a chance, but and even in that, I don't know because at the same time, I said before the guy was ready to go, but uh, there's doubts, there's doubts. I don't know. It's a big thing, man. It's a big thing when you really think about what you're stepping into. You know, I can't even support myself, let alone other people. I have to ask myself some tough questions. if I was put in that position, which I am going to be put in, I mean, let's face it, I'm not going to be single for the rest of my life, unless I am, you know what I mean? But more than likely, I'm not. Probably, I'm not. So, what do I do? What do I do when I'm in that situation? Even if it is just one on one, what do I do? It's scary, man. It's really, really scary. And I think that's why the whole uh, formal relationship thing really got under my skin because it's like that was the perfect thing. It really was, you know. And now it's not gonna be, and it's like now I'm forced to scramble around for the next thing, you know. That's why I had given up. I said, okay, well, I'm done because it's like I don't want to start from scratch again. Now that being said, I've met someone where I wouldn't mind starting from scratch, but there's so much like me that it's a bad thing. They have as much walls and spikes on the walls and force fields behind those and knights in armor with machine guns guarding that guarding 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 protecting imprisoning that I'm afraid that that's gonna wither and die on the root on the vine because but then I think like, well, if she exists, hopefully there's others that exist. I mean, it's a wide world, you know. There's not as much choice as we think. You know, people always say there's 6 billion people on Earth, right? And climbing, but how many people are for you? How many people gay or already married or not your gender or whatever it is, they'll X them off your list, or too old, or too young, or whatever barrier that there is, that there really isn't, but there is. You know, that cuts down the list a lot. And the most important part of that list is, say you find, if you lucky, 5,000 people on Earth that fit into exactly what you want. That's a lot, right? I'm really exaggerating the number, but let's say 5,000. How many of that 5,000 would be into you? See, this is the thing no one thinks of. A lot less than 5,000. And even if they're into you, it's always levels. Even if they're into you now, you get into the whole thing of um, self-inflicted wounds and walls and baggage and garbage. So they X themselves out of something that's supposed to be. Then you could argue, oh, well, it's not supposed to be. So, you could argue it. You could argue it. But to me, I don't know. I think it's something that's supposed to be that a person denied themselves and the other person of. I don't think it was just not meant to be. Then again, if it's only supposed to be one, maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe. Now that I think about it, maybe it wasn't supposed to be. Maybe it's just a stepping stone towards what it is, what it's supposed to be for you. Because I learned a lot. I learned a lot with the previous girl. I learned a lot. I learned a lot from the girl before her. My thing is, I'm not gonna not say something just because you can't deal with it, just because you take it in the wrong way. It sounds kind of like selfish me saying that, right? But my thing is, I'm coming from a pure place. At this point, I would assume you know me. So I don't see why I can't say how I feel. Especially when I don't mean what you took such offense to, which is the funny thing about it. You have to start with the base, and then it goes and grows into that. I'm not gonna start from the end. I'm the type of person you should be able to tell from talking to me and from seeing my work. But yeah, I'm totally like flashbacking right now, talking to this person as if they were still around. I guess it's unfinished business, right? But yeah, those two situations plus the one from high school really colored my worldview when it comes to relationships and females. And like I always seem to get caught up in the whole thing of it's awesome except, and that except always becomes bigger than the awesome. Like this new situation that could possibly grow. It's awesome except for, wow. And that except will supersede it. So it seems right now anyway. And it's frustrating because I always say it's so rare. It's so rare. And no one I've met has hit as many things as she has. And I'm pretty sure, in terms of personality and what I'm about, that I'm kind of original too, you know. But it's still not allowed to breathe. You're so choked with fear of how things went before and how things could turn out, and it's silly to me. It's silly to me to cut things off that could bring joy out of fear of disappointment. You're disappointing yourself from jump. You're not even giving it a chance. So of course you're gonna be disappointed. There's no chance for joy in that. There's no chance for joy in that. That doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. But so many people do that, not just us. So many people do that. They X themselves out of joy. And then complain that things are bad and crappy and stuff. It's like, of course, because you wallowing in the bad things. Of course, you messy. You wallowing in mud. Of course, of course. It's not going to change if you continue to hide and run away. How are you going to beat the opponent if you keep on running away from it? The opponent not going anywhere, you know. Only you are. And you can meet them again. It's silly. But aren't we all?